gentlemen with the national anthems. Randy, I can hear you tonight, I believe.
That's good. So can I.
Yes. Salt Lake Golden Eagles in for their first visit to the Coliseum. They have some rather distinctive looking road uniforms as we get a look at Daryl Gilmour. 5-0 since he's joined the Komets, going for his 6th straight win since joining the Fort Wayne Komets. So good luck, Daryl Gilmour, and we get a look at former Komet goaltender Tom Draper, who has the Islander colors on his pads, blocker, and catching glove. And there you get a good look at the road uniforms of the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. Real hard to read the names on the backs of their jerseys. So bear with me, folks. I'll get the names down just about the time the third period's over with.
We'll just see how good he is.
Yes. Keep all that stuff because we'll be referring to that during the course of the night. We are all set to go. Colin Chin will take the draw for the Fort Wayne Komets. And Salt Lake comes up with the draw. They fire it into the Fort Wayne zone. It goes all the way around the far boards. It goes into the corner where Lambert goes in, and Steve Junker along with him. Junker behind the Fort Wayne goal line, leaves it off in the corner. Lambert goes in to check, up along the near boards, and whistled down into Fort Wayne zone for a face-off. Supposedly standing room only today, Randy, but I think the weather is going to make some people late. People still filing in. We're getting a good old snowstorm right on top of all this below zero weather we've been having. Just
supposed to warm up to like 13 though or something, isn't it?
Heat wave, yeah. Down to 10 below tomorrow night, though, is what I've heard. So get your brass monkeys inside, folks, if you haven't already. Face off to the right of Daryl Gilmour. Chin gets the draw. Komets win it. It goes back to Danny Lambert. Lambert brings it out. Clears his zone at neutral ice. Fires one in wide, and it goes all the way around to the point. Lucic, he tries to feed it back in front. Deflects off a skate and goes to the far side. And back to Lucic at defense in the neutral zone. Tip back into the Fort Wayne zone will be played there by Kevin Guy, or Guy. Since it's his last name, I guess we'll call him Guy, huh?
I think it is pronounced that, Kevin Guy.
Kevin Guy, defenseman.
Played in Austria last year and also in Salt Lake for 33 games. Not a big scorer, at 1 goal and 15 assists.
Fort Wayne Komets with a 1-point lead over the Kalamazoo Wings in the Atlantic Division of the IHL. That by virtue of the 1-point win, or 1 point that they got out of the tie game in Indy last night. Salt Lake has it in their own zone. You notice how much size Salt Lake had in the previous years, and now that the Islanders are the main affiliation instead of Calgary, they have a lot smaller players now. Calgary like the big boys. Goes around to Davidson on the far side. Back in behind the net to Max Middendorf right out front. There's a shot. Score by Wickenheiser.
Oh, yeah.
And the Komets on the board first. Wickenheiser assisted by Mad Max.
I'll tell you, they work well together. And
they do, yeah. You pointed that out.
Diana, I took her down, Doug's wife, down to Indianapolis with us yesterday. And she was saying how she hopes they can stick those two together permanently.
A good combination. Middendorf was behind the net. Passed it out in front in the slot to Wickenheiser, and he took a wrist shot and beats Draper for a 1-0 Komet lead, and that comes at 1:25 of period number 1.
As we said before, Tim, even though Salt Lake is the last place team, or one of the last place teams in the league, you don't ever want to give these guys a bit of moving ground.
That's right.
This league is so strong.
Yeah, you cannot come into a game against some of the lower teams and expect to get away by not playing 60 minutes of hockey. And another score.
And Mitch Messier will be getting the credit for getting the first assist on that one from Ian Boyce. A lot like Wickenheiser's goal, Tim. Ian was out in front, and Messier centering the puck up to an angle a little bit, and
yesterday of the
0 lead. Ian Boyce.
Oh!
Almost 3-0.
Just about went off the foot of Rick Lesser, the former Salt Lake Golden Eagle with the Calgary franchise, and then still hanging on. Rick Lesser from Detroit, Michigan area.
Well, folks, if you were getting here late, you missed 2 goals at 1:25 of period 1. It was Doug Wickenheiser from Max Middendorf, and at 1:38, just 13 seconds later, Ian Boyce, assisted by Mitch Messier. It's 2-0 Komets already. That's rather nice. Two nothing Komets. So Salt Lake finds himself in a hole, and we hope that the Komets will just keep on putting it on. Can't set back icing on the Eagles. Mark Wilkins lining tonight.
You hold on here for a second.
Well, I think Pat probably heard that final score. IU beats Michigan.
He hadn't heard it. You just blew it. We talked about that, didn't we, Pat?
I'm just kidding. It was Michigan over IU, folks. What was that?
Another icing all the way down. Oh, football scores. Heck, you read them by now, folks. You know all about them.
What do you think of the 49ers, what they did to New York, 44-3?
Yeah, well, they had something going for them, huh? Big score. Draper, got to love the return to the Coliseum, doesn't he? He's not an excited goaltender,
he's
I'm
off
sure.
to a real good start here. Musical headsets here at the Coliseum tonight. I got it. Go ahead.
I just saw Darren Smith and Shane Stevenson walking by, and I said, they're going to sit anywhere, and they said no, and I said, well, just plop in my seats if you like, and Diane Wickenheiser usually sits in mine if I'm not there.
2-0. Fort Wayne Komets lead it. In behind Lucic. Hurd up against the boards in the corner. And out comes Vladimir Tsyplakov along with Chin. Lambert. Chin feeds it off, and intercepting there was Salt Lake. Kevin Shoveldayoff. Here comes Salt Lake into the zone. Tried to feed it by Lambert. Lambert takes it with his skate, kicks it out of the zone.
Danny Lambert getting a lot more physical this year, Tim, than what we've seen in the past. Of course, a lot of his age and experience. He was here 2 years ago, anyway.
So that means that the older you get, the tougher you are. Is that right?
Experience is the key word, I believe.
Malykhin falls down on the play. In behind his own net is fed around the boards by Lucy. Comes over to Messier along the boards. Salt Lake keeping it in. A shot from the slot deflects off of Fletcher's stick and goes right up into section 17. Souvenir time for that young man there.
That guy was just playing there, Armstrong, Derek Armstrong, played in Sudbury, the Colonial Hockey League. Had 66 games, had 44 goals, 62 assists. He was moving the puck real well on the boards there, and I was kind of impressed with that. He had a lot of control over it.
Broken stick on the play. Jacobs picks up all the litter. Gives it to Wilkins. Says thanks a lot, huh? So we're ready for the face-off just inside the Fort Wayne blue line. Ian Boyce gets the draw and puts it back into the Salt Lake zone where it's played by Dave Shazowski. They fire it down into the Fort Wayne zone.
Here we go. Smart move. Like
Gilmour
that.
comes out, headmans the puck right up the ice. Fletcher gets it, throws it.
Got 2 minutes delay game. Close the hand on the puck.
I don't think there's going to be any penalty called, is there?
Bruce is telling him to bat it, don't catch it.
So that pass from Fletcher was incomplete.
Now, supposedly, if you're close your hand on the puck, that should be delay a game.
That's what they say.
And that's like what you saw. They saw Lake player LaForge going there talking to the referee, asking him about that. But I'll tell you what, when you catch a burning puck, it's first thing you do is when it hits your palm is like your fingers collapse on it. So
can't help that, right?
Yeah. What he needed to do was just bat it down and knock it down in front of him, and then move the puck up with his stick.
Back underway here at the Coliseum. Komets lead this game 2-0. Salt Lake with a shot. Gilmour stands his ground, kicks it to the side.
On, boys.
Salt Lake trying to get back in it. They're trying to put the pressure on. Fletcher has it at center ice. Pass behind Messier. Flip back down towards the Komet blue line. Shazowski. Here goes Salt Lake offside at the Komet line. Number 68.
I looked over at Mark Gavard. I said, I don't know about that one.
Zygmunt Palfy. There's some cute names on this. Scott Sessions, Steve Junker, Zygmunt Palfy, Kevin Sheldayoff.
Czechoslovakia, Tim. 43 games, 38 goals, 41 assists. Not too bad.
Hey, you folks want to know who's going to be playing in the IHL Old Timers game the night before on January 25th, just before the All-Star game. At the next break, we will run some of those names down for you. Face-off is taken by Salt Lake's Darrell Olson.
Notre Dame graduate.
Olson has the puck. Big scrum at center ice. Komets Tredowitz plays it off the boards to Wickenheiser, and we'll have a two-line pass. Some of the people playing in the Old Timers game will be Billy Inglis, who is now the general manager of the Kalamazoo Wings. Claude Noel, you all know him, assistant coach of Kalamazoo. Fred Comrie, a former Komet and owner of the San Diego Gulls. Don Waddell, Randy, a friend of yours, general manager, San Diego. Phil Russell, longtime Chicago Blackhawk, is now assistant GM and director of pro scouting for Cleveland. Rick Patterson, who is now the coach of the Cleveland Lumberjacks, and more to follow, folks, so stay tuned. Face-off taken by the Komets. Lee Davidson tips it back into the Salt Lake zone. And Darrell Olson has it behind his net. Tipped down to Tredowitz on his own blue line. He's pressured there by Salt Lake, and he tips it back out to center ice. And fired right back down into the Fort Wayne zone. Salt Lake had to play in Peoria last night, Randy, so they had the unfortunate game there where they have a 5-6 hour road trip back to Fort Wayne. Cleared nicely over by the Salt Lake defense to the corner. Middendorf back out to McKee. McKee fires one. Draper a blocker save. Deflects over to the far side and tipped back just outside the zone. And McKee will get it at his own blue line. Brian McKee to Davidson, has it tipped back on to McKee. A lead pass up to Messier just inside the blue line. Olson has it for the Eagles. Here comes Salt Lake to the line. On sides and down into the corner it goes. Salt Lake will change them up partially. In behind the Fort Wayne net will be whistled down. Some more guys that are playing in the Old Timers game. Gil Delorme, assistant coach of Cleveland. Bob McNamara, a goalie, marketing representative for Cleveland. Butch Goring, coach of Las Vegas. Of course, everybody knows Butch Goring, a long-time player on the New York Islanders. I guess he has, what, 4 Stanley Cup rings?
I'd say so.
Dennis DeRosier, Rosie will be here. Dennis Sear, general manager of the Peoria Rivermen. And the face-off was taken down the ice and put off of Gauthier, who's standing behind the bench there. That will be our guest tonight, live on Komet Corner, 8 p.m. right here at Channel 10. Sean Gauthier, Komets goaltender. Be a lot of fun to talk to him. Goalies are always fun to talk to, right, Randy?
That's right.
He was out here in the pregame warm-ups before everybody got dressed, shooting the puck from the red line, just about where he's standing, putting it up in the lower arena in Section 17. So he's got a pretty good shot, too, with that big goal stick. Komets put it down into the Salt Lake zone, and it's played there by Kevin Cheveldayoff. Komets keep it in. Boyce tries one through the 5-hole. Draper stops it. 3 shots on goal, and Draper was right in position for each one of them. Here goes Salt Lake. Lucic beats him back into his own zone. Lucic will be checked off the puck. Salt Lake tries to get it out front, but there is the Komets' Danny Lambert up the ice, and Boyce at center. He gets a nice pass to Smith. Goes Smith. Oh, he missed it wide off the side of the net. Smith went streaking in there, right out front, and Messier missed the one-timer.
Look who's back. Ian Boyce, the only one.
And this will be icing against the Fort Wayne Komets with 13:03 left, period number 1, 2-0 the score in favor of the Komets on goals by Doug Wickenheiser at 125, Ian Boyce at 138. Okay, some more names in the Old Timers game. Mike Forbes, general manager of Salt Lake. Adam Keller, general manager of Phoenix. Doug Sotart, former goaltender for the New York Rangers and quite a few other teams. He's the general manager now of the Kansas City Blades. Gene Ubriaco, coach of Atlanta. Gene's a very personable man. Shot in on goal. Gilmour just stands there, kicks it to the corner. You notice about Gilmour, he uses the least amount of energy he can to make a save. Here we go. Vladimir Tsyplakov back to Chin. It's taken off by the defense and back at center ice to Richardson. All-star Kelly Hurd across the ice missed Tsyplakov. Igor Malykhin passed up to Kelly Hurd. He's in the zone. He backhands it around. Draper will stop it behind the net. Tsyplakov around there. It's going to clear the zone and back down to the Komets' Grant Richardson. Here comes Kelly Hurd. Komets are onside. Shin has the puck. Nice one over to Malykhin. He tries the shot.
Scores! Igor really pulling Draper over to the left and even plenty of room for Tsyplakov to take the shot. So there's your Russian combination, I would say. Along with Colin Chin making another big move to Malykhin.
And that goal comes at 7:49. And that was scored by Vladimir Tsyplakov. Who was the other assist on that, Randy?
Malykhin and Chin, I believe.
Malykhin and Chin. As they play the old Igor song, which is now Vladimir's song. So Tsyplakov starting to show his abilities.
Well, I tell you what, the key one right there was Malykhin pulling the goaltender Draper over to the side and then wide open. Big bushel basket for him to shoot at, that's for sure.
Tsyplakov with his goal, his 12th of the year. Chin. Igor Malykhin, the assist at 7:49, 3-0 Komets. Gilmour calmly sticks that one to the corner. I like this guy. What we'll have to do, Randy, is see if we can get Gilmour on the following Komet corner. We'll have 2 goalies in a row on. Don't want to slide anybody, right?
I had fun last night's Indianapolis game with Jim Amstutz up there and Mark and Pat. Kind of a nice little time. Nice little get together. What did you say?
Nothing. I agree. Folks, you had to be there. One of those in-jokes. 3-0 Komets lead this one. And the Komets looking pretty good here. Salt Lake looks like they have Peoria bus legs. And Salt Lake with the puck back to their own zone, back to Darrell Olson. Olson with the puck. Tries to pass it up. Wickenheiser knocks it out of the air. Salt Lake back in her own zone. Middendorf intercepts. Max into the corner. McKee tips back over into the Fort Wayne zone with David Tredowitz. Tredowitz down into the corner. Komets make the line change. And Olsen. Back around behind the Comet net. Steve Fletcher. Chin takes a check, runs him right into the boards. Collins saw that coming, so he was able to brace himself for that. Okay, who we got down in the...
I think we need to turn our ambient mic down a little bit.
until he gets the Kenny Eisenbarger's kids acting up down here. Grant Eisenbarger, named after Grant Richardson. Get the pacifier out there, Kenny. That's what we do for Kenny at work. We give him a pacifier when he gets upset.
What's that, $20 bill?
Whole week's pay.
It worked for me.
Face-off is in the Fort Wayne zone to the right of Daryl Gilmour. A shot, and Gilmour gets the skate right out there. Nice save. And around it goes to Fletcher. Fletcher has it. He puts it out of the zone. Right back on the Salt Lake defense for John Leto. Leto back around to Gilmour. Off to Lambert. Lambert throws it back out to center ice. Who's got it? The Salt Lake defense. Oh, bad pass by Salt Lake in their own zone, but they do come up with a puck. Chris Taylor throws it down to Gilmour. Gilmour leaves it off for Danny Lambert. And Gilmour broke his goal stick. He's got chins, and that will get a whistle here. And a good opportunity for Darryl to change sticks. You don't want to have a goalie without a stick.
For sure. I'll tell you, so far, Salt Lake looks pitiful.
Well, they got the Peoria bus legs, don't they?
Yeah, still no excuse. Still no excuse.
No, but it could be a reason.
That could be a reason fine, but no excuse.
It's always tough coming back from a Peoria trip to play an early Sunday game.
Hey, remember the days when they played in Des Moines?
Oh, yeah.
Drove their own car.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, Omaha, Nebraska.
You're professional, you gotta suck it up. I know it's rather crude. So, oh, heads up.
That shot goes all the way up into lower section 2. We will have a fan from the stand interview with Mark Gavard at the end of the first period. It is Jared Bradley, who sets in lower section 28. Jared will be up here talking to Marcus Gavard. I think that's him right there. He is. Must be his mother. That's not his mother. It's not his girlfriend either, is it? That's Jared. He'll be up here at the end of the first period talking to Mark. Face-off just inside the Salt Lake blue line. Dave Smith with the draw, takes it himself off the skate, goes to the side, takes a hard angle shot, saved by Draper. Salt Lake out of the zone. Palfy tries to get it down to the Fort Wayne zone, can't get it done. At neutral ice, the Komets have it. Richardson feeds it in. And back is Kevin Guy with the puck. 8:58 left, period number 1, 3-0. Komets in the lead. Back down it goes to Igor Malykhin in his own zone. Malykhin has the puck in the Salt Lake zone. Salt Lake comes up with it. Komets were making change on the play. Here comes 17. And he goes backhand shot. Oh, the rebound right outside, and Davidson will get it. And he fires it down the length of the rink, and that will be an icing against the Komets. Good pressure by Salt Lake there. With 8:13 left, period number 1, 3-0 the score in favor of the Komets.
I think, Tim, that's really they've been down the ice. They have had 5 shots on Gilmour. It's not very been.
Maybe that's why they only have 28 points, Randy. Bus trips from Peoria aside, even, huh?
As far as a lot of sparkling talent out there, I know Lessard's a heck of a defenseman, and
Trudowitz has the puck in his own zone. Coming up on 8 minutes left in period 1, 3-0 to score. Komets. Shots on goal 8-5 in favor of the K's. Here we go. Wickenheiser.
Oh! Yes!
Wickenheiser's second goal of the night.
Well, first of all, Tim, he was really doing his best to get Max Middendorf on the board again, and laid a great pass, but Max tried to split the defense, got by one, and then just couldn't get a hold of it. Got over to Wickenheiser, which was doing like every good hockey player should do. Follow up the play, go right to the net, and sure enough, he got the puck to him, and old Doug put it right in the back of the twines.
He did that. He definitely did that. Wickenheiser picks up his second goal of the night. And it's 4-0 Komets, and that came at 12:02 of period number 1. 4-0 Komets.
And again, I might say they look good together.
Yes, they do.
And you know, an assist is as good as a goal. Maybe not as glorious, but for the points on the board, it's just as good as a goal.
That's right. Save Gilmour, another save Gilmour.
And Gilmour's going to have to be awake here too, Tim, because if you don't get a lot of action, any shot go down there could be a potential goal.
Middendorf picks up his second assist. He has assisted on both Wickenheiser goals. So Hartley's place will have to give up some more lunch for Doug Wickenheiser and Diane. Right out front, Davidson. A shot, the rebound comes out to Salt Lake.
A little crowded there in front.
Mm-hmm. Here they go, winding up. Gilmour makes the save. The rebound, he covers up. So we have a 4-0 score with 7:03 in the jungle. And the place is starting to fill up now and coming to life.
Gilmour's going to have to really be awake here, because I tell you, any little shots here and there can bounce over that stick, bounce through the pads, and you got to be alert anything and every time here.
Oh, I see Darren Smith found his way to your seat over there.
Yeah, I see that.
Face-off to the left of Daryl Gilmour. 7 minutes left, period 1. 4-0 the score in favor of the Komets. Right front, giveaway, Gilmour. Great kick save. And he's awake, Randy. Guy does concentrate.
Yep, he sure does.
You can see the difference in the concentration levels between Gilmour and what Gagnon
Whoa,
was
nice
doing.
move there. That's by Olsen, I believe.
Down into the Fort Wayne zone, Malykhin in front of his own net brings it around. He'll clear the zone. At neutral ice he goes. He'll carry it into the zone. Malykhin wide right side, tries a centering pass, and Hurd was checked. Hurd gets the shot off. It goes wide over to the other side, and Shin and somebody messing it up there. And we'll have a penalty call here against the Eagles. It's going to be a interference call, which I thought was probably going to happen from the looks of what was going on down there.
Tsyplakov got open there with the puck, and he's just going all over the place.
Pat, can you get a shot of Darren Smith up there in section 30, lower 30? There you go. Boy, you knew right where he was at. That's Darren Smith suffered a mild concussion out here the other night. He's doing pretty good, though. He'll be back into action.
That's Jim Amstutz, his mother and father, right behind him. There they are.
So Jim Amstut's mom and dad and Darren Smith enjoying the game tonight. So the Komets on the power play. Interference call on number 2, Kevin Sheveldayoff. Where's he from, Randy? Check the bio on that. Number 2.
Born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, played for the Capital District Islanders last year. 79 games, 3 goals, 8 assists, 113 minutes in penalties, so he's not a nice boy.
Thank you very much. Komets have it, power play time. They have it in the Salt Lake zone. Hurd at the left point. To Tsyplakov over across the ice, Chin off the skate. It'll be kept in by Richardson. He backhands it around behind the Salt Lake goal. It's picked up there, fed around the boards. Komets will maintain control. Colin Chin. Back out to Grant Richardson. Winds up, a shot wide. And Chin.
There's nobody challenging the slot. Messier's in there a little bit.
And a shot goes wide again by Richardson. Chin picks up the rebound off the end boards, feeds it over to the side. Kelly Hurd with the puck. Hurd over to Grant Richardson. Richardson over to Chinner. Chinner centers it. Tsyplakov bouncing puck. Couldn't get the shot off right away. Here we go. Richardson's shot. And who's got it? Draper's on top of it. Good blast by Richardson from the point. Guess we can turn the ambient mic up. The kids shut up finally.
I think that would be a bit annoying to me if sitting there watching a hockey game. Batting up at home.
It's been a while for you, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, about 18 years.
Face-off will be to the left of Thomas Draper. Komets come up with a draw. They have 58 seconds left in their power play. They lead this game 4-0. 2 Wickenheiser goals. Boyce and Tsyplakov scoring for the Komets. The save goes to Draper. He hangs on. We'll face it off again. 5 minutes left in the first period. Randy's going to go down and do the shoot-off, and in will be coming Mark. I think I know this guy.
Thank you, sir. Yes, we nice drive home last night from Indy.
It was? Oh, yeah, it was. I was driving, wasn't it?
You
Yeah.
were, thank you.
I was trying to catch a nap while I was driving.
How was Pat that was napping?
Yeah, the notorious Pat Stelty, a little under the weather here, folks. You got to give him credit for doing all this hard work when he's feeling
So poorly.
kind of putrid.
He's proud of that, I'm sure.
McKee, a shot deflects way up,
Hey,
goes
that
all the
goes
way out
into the hallway. Oh, bounce back in.
You imagine it almost
To the
hit Mark
top row.
Stotler over there. That's
Yeah.
Nicky's dad.
He's checking a spot in the wall it hit.
Said, I saw it coming. I would have grabbed it one-handed. Didn't want to show off, though.
Oh, those ushers, they're so gracious. They're letting the fans take it instead of themselves.
Hey. Understand you're skating after the game tonight?
Yeah, trying to kill myself again this week. Skating with a bunch of guys half my age and with abilities way beyond mine. Of course, I'm using Markham's skates.
So you can get lost in those.
Absolutely. Well, they've carried over 300 pounds at one time.
Okay, McKee over to Lambert. He cheats in. Score! Lambert directly in. And it's 5-0 Komets. And boy, oh boy.
That was a beautiful play. That's what we spent the last minute of this power play doing, minute and a half doing, setting up the pass, to take that open shot.
And
Beautiful, hard shot.
Comes at 15-22, 5-0. That was a power play goal.
Well, Salt Lake's really had a tough go. I get off the bus in this town, never been here before, half of them. From their coach right on down to the players, half of them never been here before, so they're
Shell-shocked.
very shell-shocked. And they just came from a 8-goal deficit from the night before, too.
In
so,
Peoria.
Yeah.
Randy said it shouldn't make any difference if they had to make that 6-hour bus trip.
Oh, no. Never made any difference to us either, did it?
That's right.
Look at Fletch, stick handle maniac. All right, Steve. Gilmour hanging tough.
Hey, Wickenheiser having a good night. Third
Yeah,
point,
he
2
is.
goals and assist. Lambert's goal is the 5th Komet goal, assisted by McKee. Wickenheiser at 15-22 of period 1, 5-zip Komets lead.
Well, you don't need a spotter or anybody to do stats for you. You're just pulling them out yourself. Who needs any help? You're doing fine. Of course, you've been working with Randy so long, you're just used to doing that on your own, aren't you?
That's right. Well, I kind of got interested in it when I was doing Amstutz' job down there in the
When
PA
you write it all
booth.
out, yeah.
But, well, I'm going to write this stuff down myself because they might want me to announce this.
And a fine job you did because they asked for that.
Okay. 4 minutes left in the first period. 5-0 Komets lead it.
A little bit different Komet attitude we're seeing tonight than we've seen as of late.
Yeah, especially
Real nice.
last night in Indy.
Yeah.
There we go. Olsen a shot. Gilmour makes the save. Another shot through the crease.
He shot it at Gilmour's leg is what he did when he had that open 5-hole. Gilmour
Yeah.
was going down. He tried to sneak it in there and hit him in the leg. We'll take a break like that.
You know that when you're a goalie, Mark, you know, a lot of times you look sensational when you make a save, but actually what happens is they'll shoot it right at you.
Exactly.
And
Same with Draper down here when Richardson took that big slap shot. He caught it in the glove. He shot it right at the glove, basically.
Well, that
Draper
reminded me
was
of a story.
down
I was out at McMillan one time. We were playing out there, and this guy came back from college during the holidays, and he was a real good player. And I was playing goal, and he got loose on a breakaway, and I came out on him a little bit, and he came just across the blue line and let fly with a hard slap shot. I never saw it.
It just hit
But
your
it went
glove.
right into my glove and looked great. Highlight ESPN. Not 3 minutes later, same guy, same thing. He comes over. I came out on him a little bit. He rips off another slap shot right into the glove, and he skates away muttering, thinking, boy, this guy's unconscious. Well, he was right.
Correct.
He was right. It just happened to be at the right place at the right time. But you can hot dog a little bit. You know, take
Why
that
not?
glove and snap it in.
And pretend like I saw that all the
Yeah,
way.
sure, I saw that.
I own the puck.
But just illustrating the point that if you play the position
Sure.
right, the angle's right, you'll get hit with the puck and make the save.
There goes Chinner to Hurd.
Oh, Hurd, and it's off the side. Boy, Tsyplakov.
Tsyplakov was held. I don't see an arm up.
I don't either.
Interfered with. They blew the whistle already. No call by Ernst.
Doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective,
It has
folks.
to go in. Vladdy with a goal against Indy, which last night's game that we taped will be seen the 9th, February. Looked real good. Of course, he didn't score one in the shootout, and he was upset by that.
That stinking shootout.
I knew he was upset when he came over and broke the blade of his stick. You know, I kind of tell the guy's got a little emotion in it when he snaps his stick off.
That was a fun time last night, even though we did have to wait 2 hours to get our
rebound.
food, huh?
Randy complained about that, but he wasn't even eating with us.
There's Kelly Hurd. He has the puck. Comets playing it like a power play here. Draper goes way out of the net. Behind it goes over to the left wing. And Salt Lake finally clears the zone.
Back checking great. Nice hustle by Chinner to get back and break that up at mid-ice like that. Force the play to have him dump it in.
And Richardson has the puck. He puts it up to Kelly Hurd. Over to Vladimir. Here comes Vladdy. Into the zone. Drops off for Hurd.
Cut
Hurd
both
takes the
defensemen
shot.
beautiful.
Defense couldn't get the rebound. The Comets control it. Tsyplakov with the puck. Right up the side of the net. What a feed.
Chinner
And
camped
score.
out. Chinner had time to make a campsite there.
He
That was
did.
beautiful.
He sure did.
That was great. Colin Chin on the goal. Beautiful pass by Tsyplakov. Tsyplakov made that play as he crossed the blue line. Crisscross left a drop pass for Hurd. Hurd weaved the other side of it, but Tsyplakov took out 2 defensemen. Got a chance to get his hands back on the puck, looped back around, and made that happen. That was beautiful.
Comets looking awfully awesome here in the first period, folks. It's 6-0, and we still have 2:28 left. That comes at 17:32 of period number 1, the 6th Comet goal. Chin gets it, camped out at the side, like Mark said, from an assist from Tsyplakov.
That was beautiful. And Draper, of course, giving him 3/4 of the net at that point, too. Nice job by Lambert. Just sidestepped a nice check.
Boy, Draper's got to be thinking, get me out of here.
I would expect to see a new goaltender in the next period. And now, can we get a wireless on the coach to hear what it's like in the locker room between periods? I bet that's going to be hot.
Oh, no, wait a minute. They've got that backwards.
I think Jim's a little excited he's got that backwards. Bill Erickson's saying something to him. Well, we'll sort that all out.
And that was 17:32, not 33. That's well. Hey, Chin got the goal. Tsyplakov assisted on it.
Unless actually Chinner, it bounced off the defenseman's leg and he shot it in.
That's possible too. Well,
Right.
hey, we'll find out.
Either way, Chinner, I'm giving you credit for it.
Oh well, 6-0 Comets. We won't argue about who got it. We'll since they officially announced Tsyplakov
His
as the
second
goal
goal of the
scorer,
evening.
his second goal of the evening. He goes to Hartley's
Going all the way
place.
down, a little hustle.
And if they change the goal now, though, he'll lose dinner at Hartley's, so he'll be heartbroken.
As any player would be.
Oh, certainly. 6-0 Comets lead it with 1:35 left in period number 1. And Mark will be back with the fan from the stand interview. His name is?
Jared Bradley will be joining me
Jared Bradley.
between first and second period.
A young man?
Young hockey player.
Is he?
Yes.
What league?
We'll talk hockey. Fort Wayne Youth Hockey right here in town.
Good deal. Good youth hockey program. Mark, I know you're involved in that quite a bit. And hats go off to every adult that's involved in youth hockey. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of money for the equipment and everything. So salute to you people who are involved in the youth hockey in the Fort Wayne area.
I know they appreciate that, Tim. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Less than a minute left in the first period. 6-zip the score. The Komets lead.
That's a lot of editing for Pat in the first period there.
Yeah. 6 replays we'll have to go through here. But that's all right.
Two-line pass.
No, there goes Middendorf. He backhands it. Oh, that had to smart.
Draper's got it with him.
Draper's got it, but it looked like he hit that post pretty hard. If that was me, I would be faking an injury. I'm out of here.
I think he's had about enough of this arena already, as you can tell by the look on his...
Yes.
Kind of reminds you of Pat there when he wasn't feeling well Friday, but got up.
The notorious Pat Stelby.
Well, Draper having a heck of a go here in Indiana. Probably hadn't missed Indiana very much, played all around the country, and comes back to Indiana only to get shelled. Seriously hit hard.
6-0. Well, I'll tell you, this is a new one on us. I don't think we've had this big of a lead out here in the first period.
Not even New Year's Eve did we do this good.
I think maybe the last time that happened, Roger Masoneau was still playing.
God, that was just about, what, 5-6 years ago?
He would thank you very much.
Yes, he would.
Yes.
Nice job by Max. He's just a passing maniac tonight.
Fired around the glass by the Komets. In behind the net. We've got 25 seconds left in period 1. 6-0 to score. Shots on goal 19-10 favor the Komets. Behind the net, Salt Lake trying to get it out of their own zone. Shizkowski.
McKee put that right into Wick's chest.
And grabbing it, Davidson tries to flip it down. It goes into the Komets zone instead. Gilmour, delay a game.
I don't think so. It was on a... I think any official here, they're going to send it outside the zone.
He didn't touch the glass. That's got to be a delay of game.
Darn it, he is going to call it, isn't he?
Yes,
Look at that.
That's the rule. That's if it doesn't touch the glass.
He should give him the benefit of the doubt. The puck was on its side.
But the rule states.
I know what the rule states. If the puck was laying flat, that'd be a different story.
It's a delay of game.
All right.
To Gilmour. You cannot shoot the puck and have it clear the plexiglass without touching it. It's a delay of game. That's the name of that tune. So Gilmour with a delay of game.
I know he understands the rule too, and that wasn't his intention anyway. He just wanted to move it off to the side of the boards there to alleviate any chance they might have. And took a funny hop. Cost us 2 minutes. Get a chance to look at some power play action. Only 4 seconds here, but Salt Lake will come back with a power play in the next period. We'll see what they can come out of the chute with. Maybe they can get a chance to apply some pressure here.
Face-off taken, and it'll, we'll run out of time here. There'll be no shot. And that's it, the end of the first period. The score 6 for the Komets, nothing for the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. Shots on goal, period number 1, 19 for the Komets, 10 for the Eagles. Mark DeVart and Jared Bradley back for a fan in the stand interview right after this 2-minute Komet hockey, a BFT. We're back at Memorial Coliseum at the end of the first period. The score 6-0.
Well, I didn't miss a whole lot when we went down there, did I? Maybe 2 goals.
Well, I'll tell you, it's 1:57 left on Daryl Gilmour's delay of game penalty. So Salt Lake with a chance to get a power play opportunity here. The start of the second period. 6-0 to score. Large crowd on hand, even though the weather is real nasty out there. Cold and snowing and everything else.
I noticed the baby finally passed out. That's good.
Yeah, so don't yell too loud, huh? Wait till the crowd yells. That'll wake him up. Just underway, second period, 6-0 to score. Komets lead it. Salt Lake on the power play. They had 8 scored against them last night in Peoria. 6 already here in the first period of the Komet game. 14 goals against in 2 games. Well, not even 2 games. 1 in the third game.
Well, Dave Farish, the coach, has got some NHL playing experience, but I'll tell you, just because you're a good player in the National Hockey doesn't mean you can coach.
No, that's a fact.
And apparently he's trying to work with as much as he can get from the Islanders farm club. As being a farm club, the Islanders can't always be blamed for what you got to work with. You blame that on your scouting coordinators and recruiters.
Into the Fort Wayne zone, Salt Lake has it. Shazowski behind the net, over to number 68, Zygmunt Palfe. Power play time for Salt Lake, 1:25 left to go. Chin gets a hold of the puck, puts it right back down, it'll go in on goal. And a new goaltender, surprise, surprise, playing for Salt Lake, Dan Lorenz, replaces Tom Draper. And if I was Draper, I think I'd be happy that I went in. Here we go. Chin goes in on a breakaway, passes it over, shoots, score! Kelly Hurd!
I tell you, that with the upper corner and knocked the water bottle off of the back of the net, or the top of the net. So this is definitely a high shot, probably of chance of scoring from that angle. Probably against Kelly Hurd, but Colin Chin let him go, and Chin stayed right in front in case he was coming back at him. So good goal by Kelly Hurd. Must have seen something we didn't see, huh?
That goal, scored by Kelly Hurd, assisted by Colin Chin, makes it 7-0 Komets. It was a short-handed goal. We still have 50, let's see, a minute, 2 seconds left in the penalty to Daryl Gilmour. A short-handed goal by the Komets, 7-0. That comes at 55 seconds of period number 1. Welcome to the game, Dan Lorenz.
Played in 3 games for the Islanders, 4 games for the Islanders last year, had 3.82 goals against average.
Oh boy, 7-0 Komets. Salt Lake still on the power play. Well, when you're a visiting team like this, Randy, you come into a game here, you're down 7-0, we're just starting the second period. What's your attitude as a player? Do you say, okay, let's get back in this one, or do you just say, out of heck with it, let's play it out and get out of here?
Well, I would say that their attitude's really bad right now, and they'd just be glad to get out of here.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum, what do you do if you got a 7-0 lead? You keep pumping?
Sure you do. Sure you do. You got to work with some things you don't normally work with, especially if you get a chance having a power play. You really want to work on the power play. And right now, penalty killing. I mean, obviously this team is not obviously not too aggressive right now. They're not getting much. They got 11 shots in 1 period.
Yeah, well, 7-0. Well, we're not used to this. The only other time we had a big blowout this year was New Year's Eve, 9-1 over Peoria. But we weren't up 7-0 on the guys. It was a closer game up until the last half of the game. But, geez, not used to this.
No.
So we got ourselves a winner here on Channel 10. Our record has suffered a little bit this year, folks. I'm sure you're aware of that. We have 33-itis. But not tonight. Power play to Daryl Gilmour, or the penalty to Gilmour has expired. Both sides are equal strength now. Fletcher takes his man into the board. That was Joni Leto. Where's he from? Number 4? Joni Leto.
From Finland, obviously.
Okay,
Capital District Islanders last year played 57 games, had 4 goals, 13 assists. Not a scoring machine, obviously.
7-0 Komets lead this game. 17:32 left in the second period. Here comes Wickenheiser. Wickenheiser puts a weak one on goal, and hanging on is Lorenz, the goaltender.
Well, I don't care who you are. If you're a hockey player, you've been in the situation where you've had a lot of goals scored against you. I know it happened to me. Considerably when we played the old midget Komets, the old midget Komet days, and playing in Lake Placid at the national championships. We got knocked out by a number of Amherst, New York. I think had 10 or 11 on us to 1, and yeah, it's very demoralizing. I of course took the stupid attitude and went out and tried to fight everybody I could just to show my frustration, which was idiotic. But when you're young, you make stupid mistakes. When you're older, you make stupid mistakes.
Just getting ready to back you up on that.
But
I see a few of them here tonight.
I think what you got to work on, you got to just go ahead and get your head up and go for it, and don't be afraid of making a mistake or two here.
That's true. Gilmour makes the save. See how he stands up all the time, stands up, unless he absolutely has to go down.
I think Gilmour, for instance, too, has got to be extra sharp because he doesn't want to let that opportunity for Salty to come in there and score one. Just like that. I mean, that could have been an easy backhand and make you look bad, make you look real foolish. He's got a shutout going, and
hey, you're not supposed to say that.
He doesn't worry about it.
Well, I'll tell you, I like his attitude. That's real nice.
Well, it's a bit of a change from the one he replaced.
$16:50 left, second period. Komets lead at 7-0.
You yell at me for making noises.
Can't get my headset to fit. That brain surgery I had last night.
Your head getting that big?
No. Losing matter. Here we go. Chin kicks it off his skate. At center ice, lead pass up to Tsyplakov. Tsyplakov into the zone, drops it back. Chin shoots it. It's wide. Tsyplakov around behind, and he scores!
Oh, my God.
And that's the hat trick. That's the hat trick for Tsyplakov.
He's going to keep that one. Well, Kelly Hurd picked up the puck for him right off the bat, and I believe that's Igor's first one, or Vladimir's first one. That 29 and that skating style just gets me confused.
What do you mean his first one?
First hat trick.
First hat trick? Okay, yeah. Vladimir Tsyplakov, the hat trick. That comes at 3:40 of period number 2. It's 8-0, I say. Komets. Whew. Well, we can go home. Eight nothing. Fort Wayne leads it. The hat trick for Vladimir Tsyplakov.
Oh, hit the post. Just what I was talking about, Tim. He's got to be awake for that, and I don't think Gilmour was ready for that one. And that might have woke him up too. He got some reprieve on that one.
Chin gets the assist on Tsyplakov's goal, his 4th of the night. And 27, Kelly Hurd. Tsyplakov the hat trick at 3:40, assisted by Chin, and Hurd makes it 8-0 Fort Wayne in the second period.
How's the ink in that pen? You got a lot of ink in that one?
I hope so. It's
I got a backup pen if you need one for taking scores there.
Oh boy. Put Salt Lake scores over here in this little minute.
Oh, give him more than the corner, for crying out loud.
Jeez.
Tim's got the whole bottom of this paper for Komets scores. He got little corners. It's SL.
Well, for this case, it means so long, I guess, for Salt Lake.
You could put down SOL, Salt of Lake.
Right through the crease it goes. Lorenz didn't even touch it. Comes out to number 28, I believe. A shot. Gilmour makes the pad save. That was Tony Joseph. I've heard that name before. Wasn't he with Peoria?
That was Curtis Joseph.
That was Curtis Joseph, yeah.
Same, I can't think of something stupid to say.
Oh, well.
Same last name.
Behind the Fort Wayne net. Salt Lake tries to get it out front. Can't do it yet. It goes over to Joseph. Back on the point. A shot in. Hits the defense. And Middendorf for the Komets has the puck.
Big wind up here.
Whoa! Max, nice move. Pretty shifty for a big dude, huh?
Yeah, that was pretty wild there.
Denny Lambert behind his own net.
It's amazing. How's the referee going to call this game, too? Is he going to feel sorry for Salt Lake and maybe sometimes try to even it up a little bit? Well, there's another one. He should have had that one. Caught Gilmour going across. Making that lateral move.
Darrell doesn't waste a lot of energy, does it?
Well,
that's in Gilmour's glove. He hangs on to it. Now what's a little frustration showing here on the part of Salt Lake, I am sure. Eight nothing Komets.
I was looking over the press boxes there. radio guy from Salt Lake up there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was talking to him before the game, too. The young guy up there.
This is what you're saying.
Sorry, we're having transmission problems. Transmission problem, sorry.
Lambert gets a rough. So Salt Lake on the power play. Get a good look at the scoreboard from Pat Stelte. Roughing the call against Lambert.
What are they grinning about?
I don't know. Gavart's up to something, I know it.
I know. Has she picked me out for her next husband, or
No,
engagement?
that was me.
Oh, you.
Whoa, here goes Wickenheiser. He's got some help with Davidson. Davidson leads it in. He's going to leave it for Wickenheiser. He takes the wrist shot. It's a little bit wide. Out it comes. Played back in by Richardson into the zone. Behind the net, Lorenz takes a look. Says, get it out of here, please. Here comes Chris Taylor for the Eagles. Behind the goal line it goes. He's checked off, and the Komets fire it down the length of the rink. 1:10 left in the penalty to Lambert. Don't forget, folks, that big All-Star game, Wednesday, 26th of January, 8, I believe it's 8 o'clock? 7:30 or 8.
Yep.
Big festivities here in Fort Wayne. There's only a couple hundred tickets left. And if you don't have one, you better be getting out here and getting one, because it will be a sellout. And we will set a new record for attendance at an International Hockey League All-Star game. We'll show all these NHL brass what a real hockey town is like, huh?
Yeah, let's not have any of those no shows either. I want
That's
to
right.
honest to goodness sell out. And nice move by Max.
Well, if you pay 12 or 15 bucks for a ticket and don't show up, what's wrong with you? Here we go. Tredowitz takes a shot in. Lorenz makes the save and hangs on. 20 seconds left in Lambert's penalty.
Tredowitz took a shot there that a little high in Lorenz's pads, and you got a lot of people around the front of that net. You want to keep those shots low, ankle high or lower, and maybe a chance of deflection and all.
Thank you, Mr. Coach.
Well, those are some of the things that Eddie Long used to teach me for years and years and years. That and two hands on your stick and your stick on the ice.
That's right.
Of course, I rejected that offer, but yeah, I was pretty stupid there sometimes.
Well, you got to do things fundamentally correct if you're going to be able to embellish your game, and you got to do the fundamentals right.
That's right.
Igor Malykhin tried to step into the hole, couldn't get it done. Salt Lake breaks out. They got a man coming in. He shoots a blast. High and wide of the Fort Wayne net, goes all the way back on the Salt Lake defense. Leto. Johnny Leto from Finnish. Did you say Finland?
Finland.
Fletch on the ice now. Fletch goes along the boards, tries a centering pass, and Lorenz is there. He hangs on for a face-off. Fletch playing pretty good lately. He had a real good night out here against, well, we lost the game. It was, who was it?
Yeah,
Peoria.
One goal,
Peoria.
almost two.
Almost three.
Well, they had that one that was called back.
Yeah, the one that was
offside.
called back was a slap shot. And then he had a wrist shot from just inside the face-off circle that darn near found its way home. And he was putting the body on and playing very well that night. Steve had a real good night. Even though we lost the game, Fletch played very well.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
So 12:09 left in the period. 8-0 in favor of the Komets. Right out in front to Lorenz, bounced off his blocker, and Salt Lake brings it out to neutral ice. Down into the Fort Wayne zone, Steve Junker. Junker, backhand pass. Gilmour makes the save, and the rebound laid right in the crease, and McKee was there to bring it out. Here comes Mad Max. Max Middendorf. It's all along the boards. Max has the puck, flips it around behind the net, and it comes over to
Fletcher taking out two players there.
and doing a good job of it. Salt Lake will break out of the zone. We got McKee and Tredowitz back. And it was Brendan Flynn down into the Fort Wayne zone.
Whoa!
And Gilmour says, let's hold it up here a little bit. 11:24 left. 8-0 Komets lead.
Gilmour doing a good job making the save there, but a little bouncy on him. A little bouncy on him. Those ones you got to really watch, and they're going to go over your stick or beside your stick into the net. There's Dave Franke and Mike.
Mike's daughter. That's a good shot.
Good old Katie, Ted Rolfe, Don Detter, Ed Sink, Chuck Bailey,
Robbie Irons, the chaser. Ed Rose.
There in the white.
And there's a Salt Lake play-by-play man for the radio. Young kid.
It looks like he's getting ready to leave, doesn't it?
We're being conspired against over here. I know it. $11:14 left. Komets in the midst of blowing out the Golden Eagles. Kind of nice.
Geez, they save money on tickets and they buy all that food.
And that ends up costing more than the tickets too, you know. Tsyplakov going for the Texas hat. Salt Lake comes up with it in their own zone. Nice pass up to Salt Lake in the forward leading in. It was Sandy Smith.
Whoa!
Smith has the puck in the Komets zone. Tries to get it over to somebody, but Lambert has done a good job of checking him. They will blow it down in the Fort Wayne zone for a face-off to the left of Daryl Gilmour, looking for his 6th consecutive victory since joining the Fort Wayne Komets.
There's Chin and Dan Lambert talking it over.
Kansas City beats Houston. Joe Montana's new team going for the AFC Championship against the Buffalo Bills. Huh? Why, you didn't want to know that one either? Pat doesn't want to know any of the scores of the sporting event, so I'm down here mouthing off, giving them out. Sorry.
So you're saying he has a tape recorder going?
Yeah.
Obviously, the videotape going.
Yeah, well. I'm not saying anything else that I hear. Anything else that Am... Well, I have to give Pat a ride home. If he gets too mean at me, I'll make him walk. Oh, well, we'll give you a ride.
I can tell you won't be focused next time we get you on.
Doug Wickenheiser with the puck for the Komets.
Nice pass.
Davidson into the zone. Max onside. Takes a shot. And scoring, Davidson.
I tell you, Davidson uses a lot of decoys out there going across, and great pass from Wickenheiser. A big pass towards the right wing, and of course, big Max Middendorf make a big spot for a decoy, and Davidson just let her go, and we're looking at 9-0.
Holy smokes. Davidson gets that goal. Max made an assist. Is that correct?
Yeah, I know Wickenheiser's got one.
Doug, that's his 5th point for the night. That comes at 29 of period 2.
See, that's why I don't try doing that stuff.
No, you just got to subtract backwards. Davidson with a goal. 9-0 Komets. We'll get the assist announcements real quick here from Jungle Jim Amstutz. Lee Davidson with a goal. Igor Malykhin. Oh, look at this. 4th point of the night for Wick. Wickenheiser and Malykhin assist on Lee Davidson's goal at 9:29 of period 2, making it 9-0 Komets. Heading for double figures tonight.
But just like then, Joe's is passing the puck over to the defenseman, just shot it like a rocket. I mean, getting a lot of frustration there, and he should just nice easy pass. But just very frustrated, Salt Lake.
Yes, and gee, I really feel sorry for him, as we've felt frustrated a few times ourselves this year. Seems like the games that the Komets won, we weren't taping, and then we'd come out here and tape, and they weren't doing too hot. But we got ourselves a winner tonight, I think it's safe to say. Right over there, and the guy didn't even get the puck on his stick, but he shot anyhow. It was McIntyre. Here comes Tsyplakov. He makes the pass over, and Kelly Hurd goes after it. Lorenz will play it around behind the net to Tsyplakov.
Lost it. Darn.
And Salt Lake breaks out of the zone. Here we go into the zone. Sandy Smith. Drop pass. It goes all the way back down to the Salt Lake zone. 8:35 left in period 2. Hurd with the puck around behind. He's got a man in front. Tsyplakov. Couldn't get it to him. And Hurd comes up with the puck in the corner. Chinner has it. Right out in front. Hurd backhand score. Hurd 10-0. Holy
What an angle! That must have hurt Kelly when he spun it around. Must have picked off the skate of Lorenz and went in. I don't see how it went in there, Tim. Kevin Guy, I thought for sure, got my vision there, but boy.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, 10 little Indian boys. That comes at 11:37. Kelly Hurd, and we'll get the assist in a momento, and my pen's running dry. Jeez.
Hartley's going to be bankrupt before this game's over with.
That's right. Hurd goes to Hartley's, his second of the night.
Man.
Wickenheiser. And Chin. Oh, it's Chin. Okay. Geez, we got guys racking up points tonight like you wouldn't believe. Padding the stat sheet tonight, folks. Chin assist on Hurd's goal, 10-0, 11:37 of period 2.
Well, Salt Lake's really got to be down on this one. All they want to do is just get 1 goal. That's all they want to do is just get 1 goal. Just don't want to get shut out.
Well, would you rather lose 1-0 or 10-0? What would be easiest on you? Probably 10-0, right? Because you know that you're going to lose throughout the course of the game. A 1-0 shutout kind of has to hurt because you're right in it to the end. Here we are talking about shutouts and the different types that we'd like to have. Well, that's unusual. A wild one here tonight, folks. 10-0 Komets with 6:50 left in period number 2.
That puck went all the way around and everybody got out of the pond and it still came outside the blue line.
And Pat Stoley has 10 replays to show us so far.
Shoot, that was a scary one.
Offside pass against the Eagles. 6:43 left, period 2. 10-0.
Well, Steve Fletcher, this is a good time for him to get some ice time, hanging on the boards there. Get a little more free-wheeling time out there anyway. Malykhin up there cheating up on the blue line, and Grant Richardson also.
Salt Lake heads towards the Fort Wayne zone. Hey, look at this move. He gets by, he looks, he shoots in. Gilmour the save. Got enough of it to deflect it wide.
These guys are going to get hungry. They're going to find
Gilmour, another save.
a lot of pressure on Gilmour here.
Fletcher with the puck in his own zone. He says, I'll take it. And there he goes. Fletcher winds it up.
A lot of fans there for old Steve Fletcher.
You bet. On the way off, huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. Salt Lake in the zone. A shot.
Oh, what a boomer.
He looked up. And you know what happens, golfers, when you look up, you top it. And that's what he did.
Too many men on the ice on that deal.
Yes, and they're going to call a trip. A trip is going to be called against Salt Lake.
Wouldn't have been so bad, Tim, but the guy should come off the bench. And the guy coming into the bench, the guy jumped off the bench is the one that did the trip. So It's almost guilt by being present, I think is what it's called.
2 minutes tripping, so the Komets have got a power play as if they needed it. Sandy Smith. Now what are they doing? They're talking about something. Are they talking about the too many men on the ice or what? Who knows?
I would imagine so.
Well, the ref's going to go back over and communicate something else. They're going to measure his stick. They're going to measure Tsyplakov's stick. That's what they're doing. So we'll see how they do that. Get a good look at the ref measuring the stick with some Rube Goldberg design there, I think. Uh-oh. That's illegal. It's an illegal stick against Vladimir Tsyplakov. 2-minute penalty to Vladimir Tsyplakov for illegal stick. Roger Mason says, I'll fix it. So Tsyplakov caught with an illegal stick. He's kind of grinning a little bit over there.
That might find somebody's, find a way to someone's souvenir hands. Bruce would want him to have that much around much anymore. Whoa!
That's what I thought. He's going to score on his own goalie.
Might as well, as everybody else has.
And hauling down. Geez, no call.
That kind of surprised me, too. He's yelling at him right now.
Thought for sure we'd get a call against that one. Here comes Salt Lake. They're in the zone, dropped off. 4-on-4 is the situation here. Armstrong to Palfy. Palfy tries a centering pass. It's intercepted by the Komets. Ian Boyce tries to get to it. Hurd will bring it into the zone. Here comes Kelly Hurd. Tries to get around his man. Puck goes into the corner. 5 minutes left, period 2. 10-0 to score. Say hello to all our friends up in the Auburn area from W07CL. And all of our good friends over in the Buckeye State of Ohio from Defiance Community TV. Thanks for watching the Komet game. Also thank our supporters of Fort Wayne Komets and Perfection Bakeries, makers of Aunt Millie's fine bakery products, the products that Komet hockey fans consume. Especially Randy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, you said that the other night. I'm just repeating it.
Yeah, but I think there's some vengeance in that comment.
No, I wasn't being facetious. Just giving our supporters some little mention there.
I sure like this.
Where?
There.
Oh, yeah. Here, now back to the game. Lambert to Dave Smith. He takes a shot to save by Lorenz. Around behind the net to Dave Smith.
Oh.
He took a high stick along the shoulder. No call. Middendorf for the puck. Max around behind the net. They're interfering with Smith out front. And Max with the puck. Leaves it off there, Lambert. Boy, are they... Oh, that's off. That
luckily. Yeah.
Jeez. That was an offsides, wasn't it, Pat?
I think they should be glad it was called offsides. Today, Lambert was completely out of position there. And they could have had possible 2-on-1.
$10-0. What a night. Komets, with the victory tonight, will have 55 points in the Atlantic Division. They will lead Kalamazoo by 3. The Komets will have played 2 more games than the Wings. So if the Wings are to catch the Komets and go around them, they will have to win those 2 games in hand. But as we talked about all year, Randy, the league is really tight this year. A modest winning streak puts you at the top, and a modest losing streak puts you 6 to 8 points out. If it continues this way the rest of the regular season, boy, what a playoff shuffle we'll have going towards the end of the regular season, huh? That'll really make the end of the regular season very entertaining for a change, you know?
Jeez. Yeah, I think that's about seeing what's going to happen now, Salt Lake. They're going to start running. Com's got to keep their game plan going and just keep on going and going and going.
And right there's Malykhin tried to get it in. And we'll have a penalty call. Whoa! Sucker punch from behind.
Yeah.
And who was that, 22? That's Mark LaForge. I've heard of him before, too.
Oh, yeah. He's been in the eye. Played in the American Hockey League last year with Cape Brayton.
And LaForge tried to go to the wrong penalty box.
208 minutes of penalties last year, Tim, so he's somewhat familiar.
What's Malykhin gone in for?
Retaliation, I suppose. Dropping his gloves.
Well, here's the penalty calls. Two and two, high stick and rough to LaForge. And Malykhin, 2 minutes roughing. There's John Purvis down there in between the in the hallway, but by the penalty box.
There he is.
You look at John in the suit there. Resting John up, he has that bruised rib or a rib injury, so getting him back into shape, he should be ready to go by All-Star time. Heck of a guy, John Purvis.
He's thinking, geez, maybe I could be out there scoring a couple goals too. Doggone it.
Well, you know, you figure if it's 10-0 with Purvis off the ice, it'd probably be 13-14-0 with him on it.
That's right.
So, fun time being had by everybody here at the Coliseum tonight. Were you really going to go out and scrape all the snow off my car for me before the game's over? Is that what you said you were going to?
That's a lie.
Oh, okay. Komets on the power play. And they really need this one to solidify their hold on this lead. 10-0 Komets with 2:50 left. Oh, shot from Richardson changes up and goes behind the goal line and going down McKee.
Yep.
Fortunately, he's all right.
Whoa!
Oh, Davidson came right back.
Where did he get from, the guy's saying?
He did come out of nowhere, didn't he?
He did come out of nowhere.
Did I say that?
That's right.
He does. He will. He are.
Oh!
And down goes Messier, and there's no call on the play.
Oh!
Look out, boy. Hey, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, I guess so.
A stick in the side of Wickenheiser's
hit the
face
post
by Rick Lessard. A real stupid move on Lessard's part.
You're seeing these guys getting a bad case of frustration now.
Jeez, what a dumb move by Lessard.
Yeah, Lessard's not a stranger to the IHL.
That's
He's been here
right.
quite a while. He's had some chances in the National Hockey League with a little crowd over there with Calgary. A big kid out of Detroit. I want to say Fraser, Michigan, matter of fact, but
2:17 left in period 2. 10-0 Komets. Big blowout tonight. Jeez. Back to Danny Lambert. Lambert over to Lucic. 5-on-3 situation. Oh my. Shot saved by Lorenz. Bounces out to Lambert at the left point. Over to Lucic. Back to Lambert. Lambert fakes a shot. Finally fires. And the save made by Lorenz. Goes into the corner to Tsyplakov. Tsyplakov back to Lambert. Lambert to Lucic. Lucic winds up. Fires it through. Tsyplakov tried the deflection. Missed the puck. Round behind the net to Wickenheiser. Wickenheiser out to the right point. And Lucic. Lucic back to Lambert. Lambert winds up. Shoots. And a save by Lorenz.
She's got his own rebound here.
Yeah. Lambert with the puck again. Over to Hurd at the point. Kelly shoots.
Let me take a shot. No, come on, let me take a shot.
Boyce, 3 for a quarter. Hurd with the puck again. And Hurd over to Lusick, and it went a little bit wide. In behind the net, Lorenz trying to get into the action. And it goes all the way over to the right point. Kelly Hurd keeps it in. 8 seconds will be a one-man advantage.
Yes!
That's the score, Kelly Hurd. And a hat trick for Kelly Hurd.
Well, I'll tell you, Tim, they must have had 9 shots in that one brief segment in there. 34 shots on the goal, plus 10. That's 44 shots, and with about a minute 13 to go in the second period. Ooh. Well, that's what I call practicing the power play.
There you go. That's what you were talking about earlier, and you're right. It's a good time to work on it.
And it not only gives gives you an idea to how to pass the puck a little better with still an opposing foe out there, but practice and gives you a little gratification that.
And we are wearing out the Liberty Bell, folks. It's going to crack from the times. We've rang it 11 times tonight. Kelly Hurd with the second hat trick of the night. Tsyplakov the first one. And that came at 18:47, folks. Assisting on Hurd's goal. A power play.
Oh, come on, guys. Just don't throw it away.
Unassisted goal by Kelly Hurd. Picks up his hat trick. And it's 11-0 with 28 seconds left in the period. Kelly Hurd's playing in his second 100 professional game tonight. He has 71 goals, 87 assists for a total of 158 points in his 200th game. Congratulations, Kelly Hurd. 20 seconds left in the period. 11-0. What a night, huh? Well, can you imagine Channel 15, 21, and 33 trying to show the highlights tonight? I can see what they'll do. Here's the first goal of the game, and this one makes it 13-0 Komets. Good night, everybody.
No, here's the first goal of the game, and then there were 10 more just like that.
Just like that. But our man, Pat, he goes in there and he edits this tape, puts all this stuff together. He's going to have fun with this.
He's probably want extra payment for all the splicing he's going to have to do.
Should get it. We'll let Steve Manning pay for it. Yeah. That's the end of the second period. The score, the Fort Wayne Komets, I say 11. The Salt Lake Golden Eagles, nothing. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play, 35 for the Komets, 18 for the Eagles. We'll be back with the third period action. This is Comet Hockey on ACPL Public Access Channel 10.
Channel 10, can I help you? Channel 10, can I help you? Public Access Television. Channel 10, Channel 10, can I help you? Public Access Public Access. Channel 10, can I help you? 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 Public Access. Channel 10, can I help you? Channel 10, can I help you? Public Access. Channel 10, can I help you? Channel 10, can I help you? Channel 10, can I help you? Channel 10.
These people are serious athletes. They're reducing their risk of heart attack and taking steps toward a healthier life. Not with a strenuous program, not with fancy equipment. They're just using their own 2 feet. As little as 30 minutes a day can make a big difference in your health. So isn't it time you suited up? Come walk in the American Heart Walk. Call 1-800-AHA-USA-1 and help millions of others walk away from heart disease.
You never had a problem like this before. I feel like I'm the only person in the world this ever happened to. And I'm really scared. I don't know who to talk to. But pretty soon I'm going to have to do something.
Maybe you have a problem. Maybe you don't even know if it's a big problem. Call 420-CALL, the 420 call line. It's for you.
help for an elderly person you love, call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1116.
Can you pass Indiana's new driving tests? Indiana's law enforcement is hitting the road looking for the drug-impaired driver, and they have a few new driving tests you'll have to pass. These officers have been trained in drug recognition.
We can detect impairment from the illegal use of drugs.
Pass Indiana's new driving test. Don't drive impaired.
Most people may not know that in Indiana, victims have rights too, like the right to be notified of the plea agreement, the right to make a statement to the court at sentencing, the right to ask for restitution or compensation, and the right to request notification when the defendant is released from prison. The Indiana Attorney General is an active voice for victims of crime and wants victims to know they have rights too.
You chose to ignore the safety belt law. This is the next 60 minutes of your life.
All right, you need to talk to me, sir. Tell me what's going on with you right now.
Where's my son?
Indiana's roads can be highways or dieways. The choice is yours.
1976, George Cisneros had a stroke. 1990, Stanley Monroe had a stroke. 1982, George Vavilas had a stroke. But stroke didn't mark the end of their lives or their lifestyles. Find out the warning signs of stroke from your American Heart Association. Because the sooner your symptoms are recognized and treated, the faster you'll get back into the swing of things.
Here at the Chamber, we're working for you to build a prosperous economic climate.
Our Economic Development Division works to attract new business and help local businesses to expand, all to build a stronger community.
With the Chamber's lobbying efforts, we watchdog the government on all business issues.
Linking local suppliers with local purchasers has been very helpful to our Chamber members.
And as a member, you have the chance to network with other business people every month.
You and the Chamber, we're in business together.
Is it time? Hi! Hope you're enjoying the game today. You're probably wondering what I'm doing in your TV set, playing hockey. Well, I'm the pastor that preaches on the Report of the Lord show. It's right after the game, and we'd really like you to join us. I got a question for you. You know something? How is Christianity compared to a hockey puck? Well, if you want to find out, you're going to have to join me right after the game. Well, enjoy yourself. Have a good time. We'll be seeing you later. Remember, hockey puck.
And we're back at Memorial Coliseum for third period action. The Komets lead this game 11-0. And here we have a 11-0. We have a shot. Who the heck is that? That's the third goalie for Salt Lake tonight, and he wasn't dressed to begin with. Who?
Helinka.
Well, originally he was a scratch. That's Milan Helinka.
I would venture to say, Tim, he's from Europe somewhere.
I would think so. Number 35, Malykhin. Is he on the bio anywhere? There you go, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Czechoslovakia.
From Czechoslovakia. Played in Swift Current Western Hockey League. Had a 3.336 goals against average, so he's just fresh out of junior hockey from last year.
Oh boy. Third goaltender for Salt Lake, so he's gone, I guess it's his turn to be the sacrificial lamb. Here goes Tsyplakov into the zone. And Salt Lake clears it out all the way back down to the Fort Wayne zone. Grant Richardson goes after it, but fed up along the boards by Gilmour. Tsyplakov comes up with the puck. Igor Malykhin with it. Off to the side it goes. Salt Lake. It clears the zone back on the Salt Lake defense. Fired right back into the Fort Wayne zone. Goes all the way around to the near side. Picking it up, 27. A shot. Gilmour the save. Rebound. Another save.
Whoa.
Boy, Gilmour is looking nothing but sharp.
I tell you, that was his opportunity to score.
Yep.
If he's going to ever get anything past Gilmour, that was it.
Outstanding goaltending by Daryl Gilmour.
And Jim Amseth's playing the Little Richard. Keep knocking him, but he can't come in or something like that.
That's it. Little Richard. Been around a long time.
Little Richard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Who do you think I meant? I know. Face off to the left of Daryl Gilmour in the Fort Wayne zone. 19-14 left, period 3, 11-0 Komets.
Just saw Fred Tone, coach, football and wrestling coach over at Bishop Dwenger up here with a group from New Haven. Some chemical company. It's been their first excursion to a hockey game this year. What a game to see, huh?
Yes. Fletch clears it all the way over to this side. Salt Lake blocked by Middendorf. It goes way up in the air. It's like a Hail Mary pass into the end zone. It fell right to the left of Gilmour. Salt Lake has it in the Komets zone. Round behind the net, they'll try a centering pass right there in the slot. The man can't get the shot off. It clears out to center ice. Olsen fires it right back in. Around behind the net, Gilmour. Then Kerry Lusick with the puck. Feeds it off Middendorf. Middendorf at neutral ice. Here comes Max across the line. He's got Smith with him. Max takes a shot, and making the save is Hlinka. Milan Hlinka, his first save of the game. That's pretty bad. You got 3 goaltenders on your team, and every one of them sees action. That tells you that something is not right.
Well, I'm sure the one was up in the stands. And
he probably wanted to stay there too, wouldn't you bet?
I just seen right now writing a postcard. I wasn't responsible for this, Mom.
18-18 left. That was off. Hey, Wilkins gives us a break there.
There's a makeup, I think, for that one he called on the far side. They shouldn't have.
Well, that might have had a piece of the whole puck has to cross the line, doesn't it? You can have a piece of it on the line still onside. Salt Lake trying to get a goal. They fire from the point. It goes wide in behind the net, deflects all the way over to Messier along the near side. Mitch Messier out to center ice. And the Salt Lake Golden Eagles, Dave McIntyre has it. Right wing pass. Up the ice it goes. They've fired into the Fort Wayne zone. And Gilmour leaves it for Dave Tredowitz. Tredowitz will be forced to pass it. He does. McKee has it along the boards up to Wickenheiser. Out goes Davidson. He's got 2-on-1 if he hurries. Messier over on the near boards. Salt Lake intercepts, puts back out to the Fort Wayne zone, goes into the corner and going after it. Hey, one of you guys take it. It was Richardson. Richardson up the ice, deflects off the stick of Davidson back to Salt Lake. Here comes Dave Shazowski. And he's checked into the boards by Richardson. And going down, they got a man breaking in. They took an impossible shot. That was from behind the goal line.
Yeah, Market versus Scott Gruel.
Here goes Boyce. He fires it in. Gets his own rebound. He's behind the net. Looks for some help. Boyce going to put it back to the deep slot. A one-timer. Lusick, a bullet just wide. Lusick really got some wood on that one.
He did.
And it goes all the way back down to the Fort Wayne zone. It'll be an icing against the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. 16:38 left in period 3. 11-0 Komets.
11-0.
I'll tell you what, we were down at the Pepsi Coliseum in Indianapolis last night, and the arena really not all that pretty. But they have a sound system in there, folks, that the Coliseum here in Fort Wayne ought to take a look at. It's cluster speakers. It's in the center of the arena, and it puts out real good quality sound.
Yep.
Kind of makes this PA system here in the Coliseum sound like a wrecked radio that's stuck with too much treble.
Hey, Leather Lungs makes this sound system sound bad.
Yeah, why the Coliseum couldn't do a study, or I guess maybe they did, and they said that wasn't the way to go, the cluster speakers. Wrong. Should have had the cluster speakers, but who listens to Amstutz? You know, he tries to tell these people that, but they don't listen.
Well, the thing of it is, it's not always the cheapest price is the better price.
That's true.
They got to realize that.
You get what you pay for.
That's right.
But that's not our decision. That goes to the powers that be at the Memorial Coliseum. Here we go. Oh, my. I thought they had their first goal there. Salt Lake trying. They're pressing to get that goal. I think maybe their coach told them, hey, look, let's go out and win the third period. That's all we know.
There we go. One of the fastest skaters on the team.
And Salt Lake has the angle on him.
Yep.
Here we go into the Sandy Smith. He takes a shot. It comes off the side, and Gilmour says, let's hold it up right here. 15:46 left, 11-0 Komets.
Danny Lambert doing a good job out there hanging on his man.
Good. Look at the crowd here from Pat Stelly. We'll look down here at Darren Smith.
There's Smitty.
Looks real good. Cleans up pretty nice, doesn't he?
With Crystal, Bruce's girlfriend. They're talking, trying to get some strategy going. Rest of the group.
Lower section, it's Guy Dupuis. Another scratch tonight, Guy Dupuis.
Saw him in there, yeah.
Along with his wife.
Be glad to hear that.
I called her that the other night. I says, hi, Mrs. Dupuis. She looked at me like, huh? You know something I don't? Max goes in. He's by himself. Well, what a save, Halinka.
There's one. If he could have pulled it back and just knocked her over him, he'd been just right in there.
So Halinka comes up big on Middendorf. Down into the Fort Wayne zone it goes. McKee fires it around to the near boards, and there's Max, kept in by the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. Goes back on the defense, McKee. He puts it around the boards. Fletcher tips it out to center. And McIntyre for Salt Lake into the zone. Shazowski right in front. There it goes, deflects the wide. And we'll have a...
And Brian McKee down in front of the net, too.
Hit him in the foot there. That's smart, doesn't it?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's not a lot of protection on the sides of the skates, right along with the bones would be.
Yeah, there's a little more. There's a protection around the ankle, but a little thicker leather. But these guys wear their skates as tight as I do usually, and they're just like another piece of skin there. Of course, you got a hard plastic toe that's usually covered with a nylon covering. They call it bulletproof nylon, that you can just scuff it up a little bit, and that's about it. But it's still smart. You catch one on the ankle, and it's a bit painful.
There's Amstutz giving us the plug.
Oh,
and a nice save by Daryl Gilmour. 14:40 left, 11-0 Komets.
Pretty routine.
A lot of happy people here tonight. Komets cleaning up at the expense of the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. This is their first meeting with the Eagles this year. And Salt Lake probably hoping that it will be the last.
Yeah, or anything like this one.
Of course, traditionally the Komets have a tough time winning out there in Salt Lake.
Whoa.
Oh, Gilmour made the save, and the rebound was taken off by Grant Richardson. He puts it back. Olsen for the Eagles fires it right back in. Around the boards it goes. Waiting over there was Wickenheiser. Hey, Salt Lake's got a chance here. They got a man breaking. Olsen's a shot to save. Gilmour. Whoa. Still in the Fort Wayne zone. Komets haven't cleared it out. It's Shazowski, and they come out with it. A shot from the slot. It goes high. Salt Lake putting the pressure on, trying to break the shutout. Olsen back in the corner. It goes to Palfy. Palfy around behind to McIntyre, and it's going to be 4 guys in a scrum back there. Salt Lake still has it. Grant's checking on him. Armstrong can't get Richardson off his back. Palfy and Malykhin in there. Finally whistled down with 13:45 left. 11-0. Fort Wayne Komets are 7-1-2 in their last 10 games. Not bad.
Somebody was talking to me, Tim, the other day about Richardson just going off the ice. They saw him out there working for a construction company last winter. Said that guy had his shirt off. He says, "Is there any fat on that kid at all?"
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good build on him.
A shot. Gilmour down to the knees and makes the save and hangs on. Hey, folks, the Fort Wayne Komets, with their 1 point in Indy last night, moved ahead of Kalamazoo in the Atlantic Division. And that 1 point also pushed the Komets into 3rd place overall in the entire International Hockey League. Not too bad. So Gilmour looking sharp yet. Gilmour lost his suspender there. Wilkins is going to have to put it in his pocket. Broken on that last save. Hope his pants don't fall down, huh?
Yeah, goaltender, I think he's about the only player now that wears suspenders anymore. They have belts that are pretty much responsible for keeping up the old shorts.
13:42 left, folks. Komets leading it 11-0. 37-24 shots on goal favor the Komets. So here we go. A shot deflected by Lusick. It's taken, put up in the air, batted out. We got a multitude of errors there. Batted ahead and then played with a high stick by Boyce.
He played. I thought he knocked it down. Okay.
Can you bat it ahead in your defensive zone?
Yes.
Yeah. So well, that's not wrong. It was the high stick that Boyce had. He passed it. Yeah, you got it. Lambert hit it ahead. You can't pass it to the guy. You can just bat it down. Or can you advance it to a teammate in your defensive zone?
Yeah, I always thought you could.
But not the offensive zone.
Yeah, right.
All-Star Week next week, folks, the 25th. It's the IHL All-Star Old Timers game in the skills competition, followed Wednesday night by the big event, the International Hockey League All-Star game. First time since, what, 66, I think it's been here?
Oh, way before then.
63, maybe.
Yep, I'd say that, yeah.
30 long years. That's when Fort Wayne used to have the best arena in the entire IHL.
Yep.
And now we're
still got a good one, but
next to the last in size of capacity. That's another thing we haven't heard much about lately is what the panel or board or whoever it is that's making the decisions on doing stuff here. Haven't heard anything on that yet. The fact of the matter is the International Hockey League expanding as it has to all the major league markets. And what with the prices of the salaries and everything and the other teams trying to load up on the talent, you want to remain competitive. You almost have to think that something has to be done here in Fort Wayne to be able to pay the talent to come in here if we're going to be an independent. Here we go. Boyce takes a look, shoots, and the save, Halinka. So who knows what's going to happen here. The IHL growing fast, and I don't know, maybe too fast. I don't know, Randy.
There could be 5 new teams in the league next year.
For sure, Houston, Denver, and St. Paul are in.
Houston's was
Yes,
voted.
Houston is in. Denver is in. St. Paul is in.
San Francisco.
San Francisco the following year is a good possibility, along with maybe even Chicago. Rumors going around that they'd like to put a team in the Rosemont area, which would be nice because that would make a short bus trip for the Komets. You know, there'd be another team to play here.
Horizon, I guess, huh?
So if that would happen, it would be a good deal. The Komets would have another neighbor here close to play, and that's what we need here in this Midwest. We don't need a bunch of left coast teams coming in. It might even get to the point, Randy, where with the IHL will do what the NHL used to do. They had, when they first expanded, went from 6 to 12 teams. They had 2 conferences, right? And no team from one conference, the East Conference, would play a team from the West Conference at all.
Well, I don't like that idea. I like to see at least, some team come in for at least one weekend.
Well, that's what I was...
2-game series or something like that. That's what I'd like to see. Because I want to see that other talent out there.
I'm sure you do, but the thing is, where does it come down to where the travel costs are going to start hurting these teams in this area? So maybe one visit per team each way. Middendorf into the zone, backhands to Lincoln, knocks the thing down, and it's picked up by Kevin Guy. Salt Lake puts it back down into the Fort Wayne zone. 11:15 left, 11-0. We'll have an icing on the Eagles. But I don't know. We might see the IHL experience some growing pains because things have happened awful quick.
Yeah, I keep hearing people saying there's not enough talent to go around. I don't believe it.
Oh, I think there is. And also, you might consider, folks, that the talent, some of the guys that are in their late 20s, early 30s could extend their careers another 2-3 years and keep on playing yet in the IHL. So the talent is there. It might be veteran talent, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that. A shot by Malykhin around behind the net, right out in front, and it's cleared to the side by the Salt Lake defense. Kevin Guy takes down Messier. The Komets' Wickenheiser with a puck. He puts it back behind to Messier and around to Olsen again. Olsen doing a lot of the work for the Eagles tonight. Into the zone he goes. He shoots. A change-up. Gilmour was ready for a hard blast, and he put a little knuckleball on him, and he still made the save. Well, that drives you nuts when you're set for a hard one, and one of these soft change-ups comes at you. You're like a pretzel. Your mind's trying to get your body to adjust, and your body says nope. Know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Okay. Hurd. 10:25 left in the game. Komets waxing them 11-0 tonight. Olsen with the puck. Fires it around the glass all the way to the far side. Fletch waits for it, but hits the stick, and Lambert up to Fletcher. Come on, Steve, get in there and get a slap shot. He puts one right on goal, a wrist shot. Helinka knocks that one down, and Zoni Leto. Up the wing it goes to Scott Sissons. And down into the Fort Wayne zone. Chris Taylor put it in behind the Fort Wayne net. Lusick spins around behind the net, tries to get it off the side.
Guys. There you go.
Fletch waits for it, and he clears it out to neutral ice. 9:35 left, period 3. No shootout tonight.
I hope not. God.
Can you imagine Pat trying to edit 22 goals? Gilmour knocks that one to the side. 40-25 shots on goal favor the Komets. You going to be busy with the All-Star stuff, Randy?
Oh, boy, I guess. I already am.
Yeah. Bronchies will probably be glad when it's all over with, huh? So they can maybe take a deep breath. And
I'll tell you, you cannot believe how much there is to it.
Oh, I can almost sense what would be like. A lot of midnight oil being burned, huh? In the zone, Boyce has the puck. He tries to get over Middendorf, went behind Max. Max tries to come up with it. Stepping in is McIntyre. And Salt Lake has the puck. Comes up to Tony Joseph, and he hands it off to Steve Junker. Junker takes a look around, gets it over to McIntyre. Back behind him, and then Boyce has it in front of his own goal. Here comes McKee. He's got Middendorf with him. McKee leads the rush in. He's going to take a look and try to center it. It's off the side of the goal. And the Eagles come up with it. 8:10 left in the game. 11-0 Komets lead. Ian Boyce to Richardson. Up to Lee Harley-Davidson. He shoots and a blocker save made by Halinka. Here comes Palfe. Lead pass up. Goes back to Palfe. It's in the zone. Wickenheiser just tips it back on the defense. Fired right back in. Here comes Messier. Messier into the zone. He's got Wickenheiser with him. Okay, over here it comes, and Salt Lake going to try to clear it. They can't get it out. Davidson keeps it in. He winds up, shoots. It's a high one, deflects in behind the goal. And Halinka plays it around the glass. Lucic keeps it in. Right through the crease it went. Taking a swipe at it was Halinka, but he didn't get any wood on it. Messier off behind the net. Got men working in. Wickenheiser's one of them, and it's going to be poked off of. Nice hold. Chin with the puck now. Chin trying to backhand it in, and Halinka knocks it down, hangs on for a face-off. 6:54 left in the game, 11-0 Komets.
I can't believe it.
And a lot of people heading to the exits, and I can't say that I blame them with the gnarly weather we have out there. It's probably get out there and get the cars cleaned off and started, because it's a project getting out of this parking lot.
They'll listen to Bob Chase on the way home and finish up the game.
Face-off is to the right of Milan Halinka, goaltender. Third one tonight for the Golden Eagles.
It's nice they all get some playing time.
Shots on goal, 41-25, favor the Komets. And we have 6:45 left in the contest. Here comes Salt Lake. They're in the zone, fed off to the left point. He shoots it in, and nicely deflected by Hurd. Here comes Kelly, one of the three Comet All-Stars. He takes a shot, foot wide of the far post. Hurd, Chin, and Purvis will be in the All-Star game for the Komets. Rebound comes right off the end boards in front and taken off by the Salt Lake player all the way back to neutral. Lambert plays it off the Sheebig reach for that one. Still reaching for it.
They're joking about it over there.
Danny Lambert up to Chinner, over to Hurd.
Offsides. Surprised me. Eh? He touched it, I thought. Maybe not.
Comes Junker. Junker winds up, shoots. Gilmour the save, and he hangs on. No, wait a minute.
Yes.
They got it in. Well, Gilmour lost the shutout.
Oh, that's too bad.
But Daryl Gilmour.
Give him a hand, people. There you go. Yeah, he's feeling bad about it.
Too. Yeah, well,
pretty much routine shot too, Tim, but
that's all right, Daryl. You're looking good. Looking real good. Daryl Gilmour just gave up the first goal, but I think he got a piece of it. It's just not quite enough. Congratulations, Daryl Gilmour. Excellent game tonight in goal for the Fort Wayne Komets. Recording his 6th straight victory for the Komets since joining them a 3 weeks ago.
And the Komets with 52 shots on goal, Tim. 11 of them are goals.
How many shots?
52.
41.
Well, don't forget the 11 goals they scored.
Well, that's out of the 41 shots. That's total shots right there. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bet you a new car. How long you been around this sport, guy? It is. Ask Mark. He'll tell you. Isn't that right, Pat? Okay, Pat says yes. 41-27.
That's saves.
No, that's shots on goal up there. That's the total shots on goal. Don't take my word for it. Ask somebody else. .448 left. 11-1 the score.
Is that your tongue? Oh. Just what they need. It's just what they need is a penalty.
Yes. 2 minutes for roughing to Dave Shazowski. Another sellout crowd. Folks, thank you, all you season ticket holders out there, over 4,000 of you, and all the people that walk up here and buy the tickets at the window. Thank you for supporting the Fort Wayne Komets, and we also here at Channel 10 appreciate your support of the efforts that we do up here, too. Don't we, Randy?
Yes, I shook my head yes.
Yeah, well, they can see that and hear that at home.
Oh.
Now, when the game's over, Randy, I want you to listen real closely to what Jim Amstead says. He's going to say total shots on goal. And I want you to get the number and embed it into your mind. And we'll get this straightened out. Okay?
Damage in the plexiglass.
Jeez. Hollabaugh down there looking at it. It's bent way back. Looks like Jim Kite's been around there. So we'll have a short break here while Paul Hollabaugh runs back and drop kicks the plexiglass back into shape. Or are they going to let it go? They surely won't let it go.
I wouldn't think so, but...
Well, we'll get another look at section 14 down here. There's Guy Dupuis and his girlfriend. You don't have to go away from him, Pat. No, she's very nice.
There's
she's very
Diane
personable.
Wickenheiser next to her, missing one seat over there.
Yeah, there's Diane. Guy's girlfriend's very nice. Guy's a super guy. Diane's a very nice lady.
My date for last night.
Yeah.
Doug, that's all right, I hope.
Guy Dupuis looked real nice in that suit there. Where's Ruth? I don't see Ruth Wigman down there anywhere. She should be around that area somewhere.
Yeah. MIA. Missing in attendance.
That's where most of the players that aren't sitting and their wives and girlfriends sat during the game, lower section 14.
Yes.
Nice crowd shot, Pat. There, I think she saw you looking at her there. Good shot.
Yeah, there he goes. Paul Hollabaugh's done.
Hey, he's got it. He can do more than just drive a Zamboni, folks.
Well, Bill Fox has helped him. I don't think he could have done without the help of Bill Fox and Tom Miracle.
Look at this. We got another one down there behind the goal that needs to be fixed a little bit, too. So up the ladder this time, Bill Fox gets his 50% in there. And the play has started even though they're still working on the plexiglass. Don't hit the van boards, guy. I want to see Bill fall off that ladder. Fletcher's not out there, so it must be safe. Here we go. Score! Messier!
Revenge, I think, for getting the goal on Gilmour. Pass to Wickenheiser, Tim. Another point for Wickenheiser. Good goal by Messier.
Don't hit the van boards, guy. I want to see Bill fall off that ladder. Oh, that's short and sweet. The San Diego Gulls are 10 points behind the Las Vegas team out in the Pacific Division. 71 points to Las Vegas is 81. So the Fort Wayne Komets don't have to worry too much about that division. They're more concerned with the Kalamazoo Wings. And we got some help the other night. The Wings lost a game to San Diego. San Diego on a road trip, and they're into Fort Wayne tonight. Might be a little tired, you don't know, though. They came in last night, I believe.
Yes, they did. And a big thing, too, you got to think about what happened in Cincinnati just recently with losing Dennis Rozier. I don't know. I think there's a little more to that program than what we're being led to believe. And I like Denny. Denny's a old-time type of coach, a lot like Junio Briaco from Atlanta. Atlanta, yeah. And it's really surprising to see him get bumped out of that situation. It looks like Terry Murray, former Washington Capitol coach, might get the job.
No, that'll be interesting. Tonight we have the 3-camera shoot tonight. We have everything out here that Channel 10 owns, and we've got it up here on the Crow's Nest to bring you one of the best possible shoots that we can do with Comet Hockey. Randy Markham, looks like Daryl Gilmour gets the starting goal tonight. I thought maybe Goetz would get it.
I'm glad to see that Bruce is trying to get the confidence built back up into Daryl, and we really were building him up before the game the other night, and then we
jinxed him.
It was must have happened that way, but the first 5 minutes was just treacherous for him, and I think he's going to have to come back and really make an impact in the first 5 minutes and show he can play in this game and play in this league.
Okay. We'll be back with the opening face-off between the San Diego Gulls and the Fort Wayne Komets. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Comet Hockey on ACPL Channel 10. And we have completed the national anthems, and we are ready to go with the Fort Wayne Komets and the San Diego Gulls. Boy, the weather like it is outside today, Randy, 60-some degrees. It almost seems like playoff time, doesn't it?
Boy, it was amazing out there.
Great. I can just imagine what our highways are going to look like. You seen I-69 yet? Just got done paving that thing, less than a year ago, and already there's about every 20 feet, there's cracks all the way across the asphalt.
Well, they'll probably work on that guarantee. I'm sure they have a guarantee or something like that.
Right. So we get 3 more years of agony, right?
Guaranteed.
Yes, guaranteed. Ready to go with the opening face-off. And we're underway at the Coliseum. DeGray down into the Fort Wayne zone it goes. It's going to be Bawa, I do believe in it.
Yep.
Robin Bawa back at the point to DeGray. Cross-point pass. Fired in on goal. It's deflected wide up against the near side. And Bawa with a puck. Out to center ice. The referee tonight, Brent Rutherford. Linesman, Mark Wilkins and Mark Urich. Back into the Fort Wayne zone, Harry Lusick. Scott Arnell right out in front. Gilmour down on the pads. It's going to be cleared out by Lusick. Kerry Lusick to lead Davidson. Davidson takes it into the zone. Backhands it into the corner. Wickenheiser in against the boards. Right out front there's Scott Arnell. And it deflects and comes back out. The Komets will have to clear the zone on the side. DeGray down into the Fort Wayne zone. Giving chase Denny Lambert. San Diego has a Denny Lambert on their team. No relation, I don't believe. And it's whistled down at the San Diego line. Just underway here, folks. No score. Looks like another packed house here at the Coliseum tonight.
Yeah, Tim, you're seeing a lot of people standing around, so you made to believe it might be a sellout.
Well, I certainly hope so.
And between periods, Tim, I think I'll try to get us a bio from the San Diego bunch, so we can't find out where some of these guys came from. A lot of new faces too this year compared to last season. You got a face-off here.
Here we go, back to the action. Denny Lambert in his own zone, behind his net. Keeps the hold of it, brings it out to center ice. Lambert shoots it into the corner. Down it goes. Purvis gives chase, and they'll whistle it down. Icing against the Komets, so the face-off back into the San Diego zone. 1:31 gone in the first period. No shots on goal yet.
Not sure why Danny took that shot so far from the red line like that. You want to get a little closer to that so you don't get the icing. Dump it in, but don't get that icing.
Face-off is back in the Fort Wayne zone. To the left of Daryl Gilmour. Daryl getting the start. Kind of a shaky start the last time out. So I'm sure he's prompt and ready to go, huh?
Oh, no doubt. He wants to get his, redeem his value.
Right there, Gilmour has it. He's got it in the pads. He hangs on. And the face-off will be to Daryl's right. First shot on goal of the game.
Nice angle there, too, Tim. 3 camera shoot tonight. That's Kurt Swenson's camera down there. That's
yeah, Kirk's up above section 11. We got Ricky Spallone here in center ice cam.
This one's Mark Gavarts in the corner.
That's the goodie cam down in section 3. And, of course, the notorious Pat Steldy directing tonight with all the heavy equipment up in upper section 6. And staffer Rick Hayes along from channel 10. Back underway. Lambert pushed into the boards hard. Right out in front of the net, Tredowitz has it. Tredowitz up the ice. Just a little bit too far for Purvis to get it. San Diego in their own zone. Played off the boards, back to Tredowitz at center. He fires it back down into the San Diego zone. And Mikhail Tsyplakov, the goaltender. Back on the Fort Wayne defense, McKee. And it's cleared into the Fort Wayne zone. At center ice. Here comes the Komets. They're on sides. Tsyplakov leaves it off for Dave Smith. The shot finds its way to Stalikov's stick. It's cleared into the corner. In behind the net, there's Dave Smith. Here we go. Oh! Couldn't pull the trigger. Dumped back down into the Fort Wayne zone, into the corner. Guy Dupuis after it. Out to Darren Smith. That was played with a high stick, and they whistle it down just as John Anderson got a hold of it.
John Anderson a couple years ago playing for the Komets had that bad thigh bruise that was so bad, people, that the calcium in his body was started to actually produce another bone in his thigh, and
ouch.
And it was in the fibers of the thigh muscle, and for that to break down he had to do a lot of physical therapy, and good to see him come back. And a lot of people thought that was going to be his last year, but no, he played one last year here in San Diego, and then back again this year. Wonder when that guy's ever going to quit.
Well, he's only 36 years old. That's a youngster. Yeah. Just about any sport except for boxing. Komets feed it down into the San Diego zone. And Drager. For the goals, he's
I heard
for Kelly, yeah. Kelly sporting a new hairdo, huh? In behind the note. Who's got it? Darren Smith off the skate along the far side. And Drager tried to clear out, couldn't get it done. Fired back into the corner by Brian McKee. Out to center ice. McKee! Whoa, good gone, Brian. Kept a breakaway away from Anderson. Here we go. Here comes Darren Smith. He takes a shot. It sticks in behind the goal. Into the corner. Smith is in there. Backhands it around behind the net. Goes over to the far side. And San Diego has it to their Lambert. Lambert, number 27. Fletch is on the ice now, along with Purvis, Chin, and Malykhin, and Lusick. Shinner after the puck. Goes back in behind the goal line, fed around the near side. Here comes possible. Ooh. Chin tried to center it, couldn't get it. Purvis. And Stelling has the puck. The rebound clears out to the side. And still in the zone. We got a broken stick on the ice. Arnell